Hi FlossTube, it's Amy. I'm Guilford Girl Stitching here on FlossTube and on Instagram. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video today. If you are returning, thank you so much for watching me. I really do appreciate it. Today is Tuesday, April 8th, and this is my FlossTube number 8. I am going to apologize in advance. I needed a little air, so the window's open just a crack, which might mean you might hear some wind or some kids playing. I live next door to a lacrosse field, and it is now lacrosse season. So there's practice going on, but I needed air in this room. So I apologize if you hear that in the background. So I'm here today to talk about the Steel City Stitchers Retreat this past weekend. It was amazing. The girls, they do an amazing job. This is the 4th year it has been going on, and my 4th year going. And it is what I look forward to every year now. It is just so much fun. I have a 10-hour drive to get there. Actually, it should take me like 8.5, but I stop. I live in Guilford, Connecticut, and of course this is in Pittsburgh. It's at one of the hotels near the airport. It's not a bad drive. It's just a long drive. On the way there, I always stop either on the way there or on the way home at a Waffle House. I don't have a Waffle House near me, so it's just, there's one right off the highway. I had breakfast, then got back in the car, and drove the rest of the way. So it usually takes me about 10 hours with stopping and enjoying my Waffle House breakfast. But it was, you know what, it was just great. I got there Thursday afternoon. My friends and I went out to lunch. Then we just hung out in the evening. I got a little punchy because I do get up for that drive at 3 a.m. on the way there. I need to drive through New York City or drive around New York City, but I have to get over the Hudson River somehow, and those bridges are not fun. So, and traffic in that area is not good in the morning. So I leave at 3 to avoid all of that. So the Thursday night ended up being a early night for me. And then we came down and got in line very early. My roommate Cheryl and I, we wanted a table near the front, near one of the doors into the room, for one of our table mates who is having some mobility issues. Donna, we love you. Hopefully you will be better soon. But we wanted to make sure we got our table, and we did. And so we got there really early in line. But it was a great day. So much going on. I want to give a shout out to a few people, Kimberly Trout and my table mate Lisa, because I had posted on the Steel City Stitchers Retreat group how I was looking for this soda Verner's, and Kimberly Trout surprised me with a case. Thank you so much. That was so appreciated. I'm sure my nephews and my niece and my sister, my dad, my brother, we all love it. We can't really get it here in Connecticut. My dad grew up in Michigan, and my grandparents lived in Ohio when I was growing up. So we had access to it when we were little, and we love it. So, and then Lisa had bought me some, but it kind of never made it from her cart to mine. So I appreciate that so much, and I'm so sorry it never got actually in my car. So it was great. This is the first year I had ever done gifts for everybody. So I ran around every table and handed out one of these. It just has my little business card in it and a floss ring. That is just very, put them all together. I made a whole bunch, all different charms. There were crowns, there were mermaid tails, there were hearts, stars, snowflakes. So I gave them out to everybody, which was a lot of fun. And I was very surprised that people then in turn gave stuff back to me. I was not expecting that, and it was very, very appreciated. I have a few here. If I'm not showing everybody, if you gave me something and I'm not showing it, I do apologize. It was very overwhelming there and now trying to go through everything to see what I want to show. But it was so exciting. So I had this little coaster, rug mat, I don't know what you call these, but it was from Allison Norris. How cute is this? And here's her information. She is AllieCat13 on Instagram, and that is adorable. So Allie, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I got some mystery floss from Color and Cotton from Nancy Green. So here's her information. And just look, it's just some colors. I think these were one-offs that just had issues in there. All nice floss drops. So again, Nancy, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And then Adriana Monti gave me this little jar. Oops, pulling out the floss from the jar. And there's like there's a sticker in there and a nice little keychain thingy with her information. She's on Instagram. So if you can go follow these people, they would appreciate it. I definitely appreciated the gifts. It was very unexpected and I do appreciate it. Somebody gave me a thing of Mo Silk. I don't know who you are, but thank you. It was great. So if I didn't mention you and you gave me something, I do apologize. I loved it. I loved everything. But it's just, like I said, sometimes all of that can be overwhelming. I do suffer from anxiety and crowds like that get to me sometimes, but because I'm going to a retreat and it's stitching and everybody there is just, my hair's doing weird things. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it even. But anyway, sorry, a little off. I'm looking at myself. It's not as bad for the anxiety in a crowd at a retreat because everybody is all just so excited to be there. And that excitement is what I feel because I'm also like an empath. So if everybody was like sad and miserable, I would be 100 times that way. So it gets the opposite when the energy is good. I get a little nuts and crazy. My stuff was all over the place. My friend Donna kept making comments. I apologize, Donna. It's just me. I'm sorry. But anyway, sorry. I have stuff all over the place and it had to go to the floor because I don't have a lot of room. But anyway, some of the things that came in the goodie bag from Steel City Stitchers, they gave us this little pattern and the floss is in this package on the back. I'm not going to show you because the pattern's there, but how cute is that? I really do think I want to stitch that. I loved that. And of course, Erin, who is one of the Steel City Stitchers, is now a designer and she makes all these things and she gave us this pattern. And that is available in these locations. You can find her online and buy those. And how cute is that? If you've ever been to Pittsburgh and want a little memento of that, that's so sweet. They also, this I thought was a great idea. They gave us a coaster. Saturday mornings, I come downstairs, go to the dining room table, and I get set up and I stitch for a couple hours before I get going for the day. And I always have a drink on a coaster. So this will now be my Saturday morning coaster. How fun is that? And maybe I will put some tea in this gorgeous Steel City Stitchers mug, which I am a mug girl. I collect them. I love them. So they did a mug last year. Now I have one for work and one for home. I love them. So it was great. And they also, in the bag, had everything to do a finish. So they had given out a pattern a few months ago. Maybe more than a few months ago. So you get a pattern by email and then they do a finishing table and just to show you everything, how to do it. This pattern this year was this one here. And I do apologize. I don't remember who designed it. I can't remember. And there were two different options. I did this one and I changed. There's a little design here. I changed to put my name and the year in there. But there's also one, instead of saying a big deal, it said a big dill. And had a pickle because pickles are a Pittsburgh thing. And then Larry Holland had donated all of these for the backs, these hoop butts, which he will eventually be selling and I will eventually be buying, because I don't finish. I do finish in a hoop, and I do think that would be a great way to finish when I do give gifts as a little hoop as gifts. I do usually do a little ornament for a friend or something at Christmas time. So I'm very excited to be able to purchase from him when he gets going in his website, or however he will be doing that. Okay, again, sorry I keep going down, but I've got stuff down there. It's crazy. So I wanted to show my table mate gifts. So I gave out my friends and I get a little nutty, and last year we kind of started a drinking game with a certain word that that might get me even kicked off FlossTube or YouTube or whatever. So I'm not going to say it. Also because people did find out and then would walk by our table or scream the word, and we all have to take a drink. Granted, we're not drinking alcohol, but we're getting silly anyway. And if we were drinking alcohol, we would be passed out or throwing up in the bathroom, and that would not be good because we said it a lot. And so I had cups made, with it. You know what? Maybe I'll just show you the cup and not say the word, if you can read it. So I had these cups made. My cousin Kate helped me with the stickers to put it on there. So I gave those out, and I also gave out a little bag of candy with a couple cute pens, and I did these, but I did little frog charms specifically for them, and I gave a little plasticky little frog charm guy. So mine had a green and black and frog themed gift. And I'm not going to show everything I got from everybody from my table, but just know, ladies, I love you all. You're fabulous. I have so much fun with you. But I'm going to show the ones that, Cheryl and Joanna and Donna had done. So this was from Cheryl. First, it came in a cute little, frog cup, and then she had made this little, look how cute is that, and they were all different, and then it has a little bee on the back. So I think I might just hang this somewhere on my desk at work, because it's just so cute. And then Joanna and Donna are sisters, and I love them dearly. Love you guys. So Donna kept saying that Joanna stitched these and she paid for them, and then they had somebody at a local shop finish them for them, and they are gorgeous. They had asked all of us what our favorite colors were, because it was going to be the same people sitting at our table that from last year. And look at how beautifully done this is. And here's the back. And I can't believe Joanna stitched as many as she did, because she also gave one to Jody and Erin and Kristen from the Steel City Stitchers. And they were all, I mean, just gorgeous. So I had to find a home for that. And then because my birthday's coming up, Joanna and Donna both gave me a little pre-birthday gift. Donna gave me a $20 gift certificate to the store that was the Crafty U, which was what where we could shop. It was all set up. They do a fabulous job. So I'll show you what I bought in a few minutes. But Joanna made me a few things. She made me this cute little stitchy thing. And here's the back. So adorable. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this. Again, I kind of want to put it at work, but I have very little space at work. So, and I'm not going to do that. And then she made me these. I hope, let me turn the light just a little bit so you can maybe see better. And there's 4 of them. And she gave me the little stands for them too. So I need to find homes for these as well. She knows I love birds. I stitch a lot of birds, so those were great and such a sweet gift. Okay, and so what did I purchase? I actually did better than I normally do. One of the things, I usually spend a lot, and I didn't want to do that this year. I wanted specific things. I like to buy a project bag, so I wanted to get one project bag, and I wanted to get fabric for a specific piece I'm going to be doing, which is the Mary Snow pattern. So I brought this in the floss with me, and I bought from Grace Notes Fabric Mistletoe. It's an 18 count Aida. Put this light back. Oops, now the light's being weird. Okay, so it's mistletoe, and this is the color, which this was not at all what I was expecting to get for this piece, but it showed off the floss beautifully. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna start that in June on my grandmother's birthday. So I'm very excited for that. So I got that, and then I bought myself one of the things that you can wear your name tag on, and then it has room for, like, you can put your hotel key in here, you can put your credit cards, some cash in here, and then in the back your cell phone, so you don't have to carry around a pocketbook with all your stitchy stuff, everything. So I was very excited that they had these for sale, so I was very pleased to get that. Oops. I bought a pair of scissors because you can never have enough pairs of scissors. And these, if you can see, have little sprinkles or jimmies or shots, whatever. Oops. That fell right out. Here, maybe you can see it better this way. Can you see them? Whatever you call them in your region. So the girls I sit with, they're all from Ohio or Pennsylvania on the Ohio border. And so we were talking about how I say things differently from them. And I think that's what started it. But I think we all say sprinkles. But in my area, they're also known as shots, mainly, or jimmies. But, like, yeah, it was... They almost got me calling soda pop. Once I was like, oh, I need another pop. And I'm like, what are you doing to me? It's soda. It's not pop. But anyway, I bought a couple needle minders. Do weird shit because I love that. And then this is the problem with when you're shopping and they have a whole store set up in the same room that you're in for 2.5 days. Because when you go to a store and you don't buy something and you go, oh, I should have bought that, you can go back and buy it, you know. And then that's how I ended up with this funky chicken needle minder, because who doesn't need a funky chicken needle minder? But anyway, I did also get from Black Cat Stitchery, Tiffany. She makes this. I love her project bags. I got this one. Look at those chickens and the little space eggs and everything on there. I just adore this. So I'm gonna start using that soon. I'll have to find a project, not that I didn't buy more projects to buy. And of course, Jody from the Steel City Stitchers always sells the fabric she dyes. And this is a 16 count Aida. I actually prefer 18 count now. I do enjoy a good 16 count still though. But look at how pretty this fabric is. And that light is doing a really true job on that. And I just thought that was gorgeous. So Jody, thank you. So pretty. And then I had promised myself I was not going to buy any patterns. I was not going to buy patterns at all. I didn't need any patterns. I have a ton that I want to do. But they had several trunk shows there with the Crafty U, and one of them, this one, so I kept looking at this sprouting lupine, and I'm not sure if that's how you say it, lupine, probably lupine, I don't know, but anyway, I had actually saved a screenshot of this one pattern when everybody was posting the new patterns available at Market. This is the Unicorn's Garden, and it's just so pretty, and the real one is so pretty, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I went back and I bought that one, and then this one also from Sprouting Lupine. The picture on the pattern does not do the model justice. The model is stunning. It is so gorgeous. Look at it. It's just so pretty. I don't even know. It was stitched on toe beans from Bestitch Me, which I think I might have to go and order that and just do it as it was called for, because it was so gorgeous in real life. So I had to get that, and I absolutely adore it. So I did get some stitching done. I only brought one out with me here for now, so I apologize. I did start something with all the girls at the table. We're all working on it, and I will show that at a later date. But this is what I stitched mostly. And yes, that is what you think that is. Maybe. I mean, this is from Happy Sloth Patterns. I believe she's Australian. So she sells on Etsy here in the States, and this is Squirrel David. So this is what I printed off of Etsy, and that is what he will look like. I am a center starter, so people who are laughing because I started in that area were laughing, but that's how I start, and that's how far I got. And I think he's looking pretty fabulous. There's something wrong up here I need to look into and adjust, but I'm gonna go up, finish his arms, go up, finish his face, then do his tail, and then go down and finish his legs and the little pedestal. And I am doing this on Dreamy by Misty Fabrics, and again, this is a 16 count. I got this in one of her specials one year, and I love this fabric, and I never knew what I was going to do on it, and I think this is going to be stunning when it is done. So I'm very excited about that. So we decided to stay an extra day, which was great. We got, I was looking like what was nearby, and they have a Bob Evans. So 4 of us went to Bob Evans because even though they have them near them, I've never been. Well, my mom says I went to one when I was like 2 or 3. I don't remember. So as an adult, I have no memory of going to a Bob Evans, and I like to go to places I don't get to go to, like the Waffle House, things like that. So of course, when I was in Bob Evans, I bought a mug. Oh, so that's the front. It just says Bob Evans, and it's got a little tractor on it. And what I liked about it, how it said Down on the Farm. I used to be obsessed with this band in like the 90s called Moxie Fruvis. They were out of Canada. If you know, you know. They were fabulous. I loved them. I still love them. I was so upset when they broke up. But they do have one song where he says Down on the Farm. And it just made me think of them. And it was just a little memory of going to Bob Evans with my girls. So that was fun. So the last thing I'm going to show you tonight is that I won a raffle. I was very excited. Oh my God, I never win. And it was so great to win. And they had great raffle prizes this year. They had gift certificates to Janine's shop, the Crafty U, which is right there. So you could have used it right when you won. Janine also had donate a Lowry stand, which I put a lot of tickets into that. I don't know if I ever would buy one, but if I won one, I think I would use it. And maybe someday I will buy one, but it's not on my radar right now. There's a great big bee basket that was put together by some of the girls from Pittsburgh. And they were actually at the table next to ours. Hi, ladies. It was so fun sitting near you. It was great. But one of the things they had was an actual finished piece. And I'd never seen that at a retreat. I've only ever been to Steel City Stitchers or Stitch New England, and usually it's project bags, gift boxes, whatever, patterns, things like that. So I thought it was a great idea, and I can't believe I won it. It is absolutely stunning. I am not sure if I know it came from Janine McGowan from the Blue Flower, and it's one of her patterns. I don't know if she actually stitched it or if she had a model stitcher or if this was just her model piece. But look at how beautiful this is. I'm going to try to zoom in closer. The chart is called Tiger. And I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I have to find a home for it. I actually do not have any of my own stitched work on the walls. As you can see, I've got my dad's stuff up here. So I'll find a spot. It is simply stunning. I am so honored to have it, especially, I'm honored to have it no matter who actually stitched it. And I think that was a fabulous idea for a raffle prize to get somebody else's work. I mean, I will never stitch that tiny or that nicely. I'm one of those people. I stitch for fun. I stitch for myself. I don't stitch for perfection or for, gallery pieces or to enter it into a show somewhere. I just do it for myself to relax and to get some of that anxiety out. But I'm very honored to have that piece, and it will definitely find a home in my house somewhere. So that's pretty much it for the retreat. I did drive home yesterday. I left later than I do, so I left around 10 a.m. It was a very, very long drive. I did stop in Pennsylvania somewhere, I don't know the name of the town, at the Russell Stover's outlet and got some chocolates to bring to work and to my mom. And it took me through New York City. So I went over the George Washington Bridge probably around 6:30. So I didn't quite hit bad traffic. There were a couple spots where it was slowed down getting to the bridge, but that made it easier for me since I didn't know where I was going, which was great. But it was an uneventful trip home, just a very long one, and I took naps today, and tomorrow I go back to work. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that, but if I want to continue to go on these retreats, I have to go to work. So that is it. If you like this video, please hit like, please subscribe to my channel, tell people about me, get my numbers up would be awesome. I do appreciate you watching if you watched this far along. And again, thank you to the Steel City Stitchers for having such a fantastic retreat, and I can't wait for next year to make it 5 for 5. So bye, good night.